What's the deal, y'all? We're Sharper Type of NT and Trap News Network. We back in the same. Like, cook, crack in this thing. Like, comment, subscribe, like, comment, and make sure you hit that good subscribe button. Tap in with the tap in with that good tap in. We got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. It's that Newsington you can usington. Knowledge you can't get nobody's college, big dog. Yeah, that I mean, I see you in a DM. I'm gonna go ahead and check on that right now. Tap in with that tap in. You feel me? Get into that. You ain't got into that. Get into that. You ain't got into that, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, that I mean, I did see this when he was sounding all sad, saying "sweetie." I saw that. We finna jump into this Kantiana, man. Before we do, make sure y'all like, make sure y'all comment, make sure y'all subscribe. Everything we got going on here at TNN Trap News Network. Good news you can use. Good knowledge you ain't finna get. When they come to town, this confidential witness also. Oh, okay. Get into that if you ain't got into that, man. We finna go through this whole Big U paperwork, man. So y'all gonna have to rock with us for a little bit. I will be breaking it down into parts. Big shout out to my man Sadie Nash. He the one that gave me this information. Each one teach one. If you want the information, I'll be more than happy to share it with you the same way Sadie Nash shared it with me. You feel me? So we finna go ahead and get into this. We finna get into this, man. Let me see if I can make it a little bit bigger. Oh, without cutting it out. All right, man. So we're gonna go ahead and start with Section A, Big U Enterprise, and Section B, checking in. So we're gonna go ahead and slide over to that. That will be page 20. So let's go ahead and slide over to page 20. You know what I'm saying? We don't got to get the summary of the affidavit. We already know all that. Big U Enterprise. I love that it has a table of contents. Don't worry about it. The table of contents is hard. All right, man, because I got to read it off my phone for y'all because, again, it's too small. It's too small for me to see, so I can't see. But it goes, Big U Enterprise. As discussed here, I believe that Henley led Big U Enterprise. Robinson, a years-long associate and confidant of Henley, served his right-hand man, underboss, and enforcer in... Okay. My bad. Robinson's a years-long associate, confidant of Henley, served as his right-hand man. Much of Big U Enterprise structured and affiliation with the Rolling 60s is public domain. In television, Hip Hop Undercover, the docuseries, which Henley executive produced, Henley detailed the history of the Rolling 60s' involvement with the gang. Henley admitted that he was a Rolling 60 Crip member from the first generation. So basically, he's saying that he's one of one of the originals of this situation. You feel me? Henley advised that the Rolling 60s, a large Crip gang known to instill fear in the community. Henley claimed that he did not have gang-related tattoos because people already knew where he was from. It was never a question. The similar quote that Henley often repeated why he had no gang tattoos. Based off my training and experience, participation in this investigation, this statement corroborates precisely how Big U Enterprise worked to this day. Henley used the fear instilled by the Rolling 60s in the community and his prominent association with the gang to further the Big U Enterprise racketeering activity, profit, and for the same. This shit is crazy. It is, quote, my bad, y'all, it's really small. It isn't on you, it's in you. After encountering legal troubles as a juvenile, Henley moved from California to Chicago. Henley admitted elsewhere to being on the run, conducting illegal drive-bys in Chicago while Henley was living in Chicago. All right. So we get what the Big U Enterprise is. Maybe we didn't want to go to the checking in part because we get what Big U Enterprise is. We understand that. So maybe the checking in is what's more prominent. And this is actually where this comes in at. So I actually want to play this when it comes to the checking in part. Let me see. This is actually where this comes in at. Okay, so yeah, so they want to put this on Big U as far as checking in with Quando Rondo. So I'm gonna play this for y'all.
And then they have to have an experience before they realize I should have checked in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or I should have called, or I should have been moving a certain way. And so they get out and they might be under your banner, but then they're not respecting the banner. They ain't calling you. They got your number. They know who you is, but they feel like they bigger than the program. You know, and you got a lot of dudes, like when I was here last time, they claim my neighborhood to send this music, but they don't really fuck with us until it's a problem. Then they call it. Like Quando Rondo. I just showed Envy. Like, you can't call me now. You can't call me when the fire hot. You didn't fuck with me before that. You know what I mean? You had my number. You could have called me. You could have did all that. You know what I mean? But he was around about. But how is that fair to me? How is that fair to our team, though? You know what I mean?
That clip you just watched with Big U talking about Quando Rondo, Lil Pop, and the Lil Durk situation, that actually came up in paperwork for Big U when he was arrested. Y'all check it out. Hit the like button. But the feds is basically saying, look, Lil Pop probably could have been alive if they'd have checked in, because this dude like the big bully. And he basically saying they would have made sure he was alive if he would have checked in. That clip Big U saying is being used against him. Look like Lil Durk and Quando Rondo name came up. Hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, so this is what it has to do with the check-in. You feel me? And then there was one more. Let me see. Somebody just sent me this. Let me go ahead and pull this up real quick. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on, y'all, because I want to see. Rap News Street Politics. That's what it is. Here we go.
Rap News Street Politics, the best hood channel on YouTube. And y'all know that we had to cover this Big U indictment. Man, as we see, the whole world is blew up over this situation between Big U. Now, one of the first ways that they say he tried to exert control was with the popular phrase that he also used in a podcast of his, checking in. So it said that professional athletes, musicians, and anybody else looking to conduct legitimate or illicit criminal activity in LA was required to check in properly with Big U if they wanted to make sure they was protected. And it was said that he used his reputation to instill fear with acts of violence and intimidation to make sure people comply with this check-in rule. In a documentary film, he went on to say, and I quote, "You can choose not to check in, but it's going to be a problem. If you choose not to check in, you suffer the consequences." And in separate statements, he went on to say that example of one of those consequences is what transpired with Quando Rondo and his people.
Video from the scene appears to show Quando Rondo distraught while first responders moved the body.
He said they didn't check in properly, and we all know them dudes from Chicago laid his cousin to rest over there by the Beverly Center. Now, he alluded to the fact that he could have changed that situation if Quando Rondo had to deal what he was supposed to do, especially claiming to be a member from 6-0. Now, like I said, there's hours of wiretaps of communications between all the defendants in this case. And since the inception of this investigation, more than 50 people have been physically interviewed by the folks and agreed to voluntarily provide information in regards to different situations surrounding Big U. So this takes us forward a little bit to 2022, where the FBI interviewed a cooperating witness labeled a CW1. He's the one who provided all the information about this whole check-in process and made them privy to how Big U is shaking people down when they come to town. This confidential witness also broke down how Big U Enterprises was the money-making gang inside of the Rolling 60s. Now, just to give some brief details on who this confidential witness is, this individual has convictions.
We all watching this situation unfold. We all watching this situation unfold. We all watching the situation unfold. We all watching the situation unfold. This is a tricky, icky, sticky, Vicky situation. This shit is ugly.
Check in properly. And now he trying to whoop people for millions in the city. Big U wasn't going for that. So it said his involvement was really at the root of the whole situation due to him being involved in the parties, the gambling parties, dice games, little celebrity parties. He was in the mix everywhere. And it was said that he forced AB to forgive the debt that was owed to him from these NBA players. But it didn't stop there. He was paid $100,000 by these NBA players for negotiating the debt with Adrian Bronner. And it was said that these NBA players or celebrities, whoever, will kind of have to get an approval from Big U to operate safely at these events and functions moving forward. Now, there was also another event in which Loose Cannon spoke on, and we're going to get to his old telling ass, but he stated that Big U has sent him on a mission to demand 50 racks from a celebrity rapper with the initials RR. Now, that could be Roddy Ricch, could be Rick Ross, I can't say. And he said if that rapper didn't pay, then they would look to kill a rapper with the initials by the name of MM. Now, that could be Meek Mill, so we could be talking about Rick Ross and Meek Mill here. This is just what the documents are alleging. But it was said that RR dropped off the 50 racks and Big U stopped answering Loose Cannon's phone calls and didn't split no money with him. But it's to show that Big U was out here squeezing people all the way just to operate in the city of LA. Now, the heaviest allegations in this case are from around the time that this investigation really started with Big U. And we all know the main things that bring these people out. If it's not a crazy amount of money, it's a murder, which takes us to January 25th, 2021. And at this time, Big U has somebody on his label by the name of Rashawn Williams. Now,
all right, man. So that's the check-in aspect. We finna get back into this paperwork aspect, though. So I just wanted y'all to kind of get an idea of that. You feel me? But let's go back to this paperwork aspect. All right, so Henley Big U Enterprise, widely known for the reputation checking out of times. Okay, so we pretty much got that. How the check-in works. The check-in is a term for somebody who travels outside of their home from city to another city during the travel. As indicated, detail below illustrate how Henley and the Big U Enterprise responded, blah, blah. The individual must check in or meet with local street representations, said that the city pay a tax or a fee for permission to move about the city based, blah, blah, blah. So everything that they're saying, you know, whatever. According to Henley's statement in the docuseries, Corroborated Investigations, this is pretty much everything that he was just saying. Appreciate bro for reading all that for us. When defending his practice in interviews, Henley has stated that it's no different than a Learjet flies over United States airspace. They want to know who you are. Henley said his practice is no different, which I believe indicates that he proposed on blah, blah, how Henley and the Big U responds to failures to check in. In 2022, an FBI interviewed cooperating witnesses, CW1, who told the FBI that the check-in indicates CW1 said that he knew Henley was a Rolling 60s member. CW1 also said, cooperating witness one also said Henley led a money-making game that distinct from the Rolling 60s referred to by the Big U Enterprise. So he had a click within the Rolling 60s is what he was saying. CW has a criminal history that confused. Okay, so they already said that about the criminal history and all that. I think so that pretty much wraps up the whole check-in part. You feel me? I think that wraps up the whole check-in part. If y'all give me about 30 minutes, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm overloaded. You feel me? I'm overloaded. So I'm finna go take a break from this. I'm gonna take 30 minutes. I'm lying. I'll probably take like 10 minutes. I just need to take my eyes off the screen for a second. I'll be back. But we're gonna continue right here where we left off. Give me like 10 minutes, bro. I just gotta take my eyes off the screen for a second. And I'll be back to give y'all some more of this news y'all can use, some more of this good knowledge that you can't get, and nobody's kind of legit. As a matter of fact, yeah. Yeah, I'm finna take my eyes off the screen for a second. Y'all be safe, man. Free Avenue Angel until he's free. Chat, y'all come back in about 10 minutes, man. I'll be back with some more, but I need to take a second. Free Avenue Angel until he's free. We are gone. Nah, man. It's not even like it's just too much on my eyes, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. Give me a second. Give me like 10 to 15 minutes, y'all. I'll be back. I just need to take my I need to take a quick bump of your baby mama, nigga. Stop playing with me, nigga. I do, and if I was doing bumps, I do bumps on screen. I don't care. Stop playing. WACK. We gonna get into WACK next. It's a whole document, bro. It's a whole doc. You know what? Yeah. I'm about to go. My eyes. I'll be back. Give me like 10 minutes. I need to get off the screen for a second.